Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, we're going to talk about there's pretty much still the blood that's left on the streets here, and everything is still red. There's still massive panic in the market. And we're also going to discuss what is going on with Dogecoin. What is the probability that we're actually going to go lower? We did hit that 6 cent mark briefly. We bounced back up to around the 8 cents. So we're still in that 8 to 10 cent range. And the question that everyone is asking me, is this the floor? Can we go lower? Are there better entries on the way? Let's take a look at the strategies that the shorts and some of these institutions are using and use that to strategize and plan the next move and the next step for Dogecoin. So first off, I want to say that Dogecoin is back in the top 10. That's right. In times of meltdowns and in times of complete panic in the market, Dogecoin with shorts, with manipulation, with everything is still being held than a lot of the cryptos that were in the top 10. And Dogecoin has squeezed its way back into the top 10. If you have not seen my crypto consolidation video, please check it out because I explain what's going on here. And this is a prime example of a lot of these coins that are going to go bye-bye when we have this massive breakdown and this vacuum on the market, this recession, everything, and like we potentially, pretty much this big downturn that we have, a lot of these coins are not going to exist. You want to invest in coins that have strong leadership and community. This is going to carry these coins through these tough times. So before I get into the candlesticks here, I want to take a look at the pools of liquidity here on Bookmap. I'm going to switch over now. And by the way, you can have access to Bookmap at a reduced price. I have a link in the description. You can have access to all the same information if you want to see it for yourself. But if you look at the pools of liquidity here in Bookmap, you're seeing that Dogecoin, the shorts have kind of frozen. We're going to confirm this on the candlesticks, but there isn't much support or resistance either way. The heat map would below Dogecoin, obviously, if it was a bunch of buy orders there as support, it would be a darker color. You're seeing, what you see is this red line here, which is further down at around 815. We're at about 87 now. So this is still within, we're talking about tenths of a penny, but this is saying that, the support here is going to be at around 815. So there's no immediate support for where we are now, and you're seeing the negative, the sell orders kind of build to get Doge to kind of push downward a little bit. Now we do have some light resistance here building, but nothing that is significant that would stop consecutive orders like this from getting that breakdown. This red line here is a lot of buy orders. It's extremely concentrated, and that would surely get a bounce up without some really strong sell orders to pretty much break through. So what does this mean? Well, if you take a look to the top of the current trend line here, you're not seeing any significant sell orders here to kind of keep Doge within this range. So this is saying that they're comfortable now with the panic and the blood in the market, that they don't need that it's unlikely that there's going to be a huge rally here so that we can pretty much break the trend and start going the other way. And we're going to talk about why in a moment when we take a look at the other chart. But if we look at the charts, we know that typically Doge just does not get these types of breakdown because of how much it's held in the community and the fact that people in the community are continuously buying. So we know that when we have these breakdowns, it's normally because of shorts. But something different has happened this time from any other time we've seen the shorts. Any other time the shorts have pretty much attacked Dogecoin, we're seeing something different this time. It's very unique, and I'm going to show you guys right now. Now, typically when we see shorts, it's only when Dogecoin's price or the shorts actually break up well above the 200-day moving average that they stay in the position to kind of keep that negative pressure on the coin, those sell orders, so that they pretty much don't have to go back in and buy the coins at a lower price and return them and pretty much cancel those shorts out. This is the first time that we're seeing here that they did not exit the position completely, even though we're still below the 200-day moving average. And if we take a look here, you'll see that we had this run up over the last few days from the 21-day moving average up to the 200. They came back, pretty much doubled down to the 200. And then we have some consolidation here briefly of them covering and getting out roughly right to the 72-day moving average. But they're still in, and they have not completely exited that position. Why is that? And in my opinion, I believe this is one of the reasons why I said you can't chart retail's response. And that's why I said we can possibly pump the brakes at around 8 to 10 cents, is because they're probably seeing some of the buy orders that are coming in. And even if we just look at the pools of liquidity, we are getting decent amounts of buy orders that are coming in. And we know that if there are no shorts present in Dogecoin, Dogecoin rallies. Dogecoin has, like, it literally pops back like a rubber band, and it goes back to typically where the coin was prior to those shorts. And in times of massive panic in the market, and the market is painted red, again, you cannot afford to have something that is green or going against the grain, because that's going to attract other investors. And they're really, at that point, they don't really care what it is. They just need something to kind of hedge against what's currently going on. And what you don't want is a bunch of people piling into a coin that you're trying to short. So this is more than likely them being cautious, saying that, okay, hey, let's not exit this position all the way, because those buy orders and the fact that they're actually not selling, that's going to turn some green candlesticks in Dogecoin. So we're going to partially exit this position here, but still keep that negative pressure on the coin. So a lot of you guys have been following me on Twitter, and even in the community section, as I've been making a post stating that my predictions of even the 29K Bitcoin, the $20,000 Bitcoin, the 6 cent Bitcoin, the 6 cent Dogecoin in the 10 to 12 range, all those are seeming to play out. And you're asking, okay, will this break down even further? It's possible to have some overshoot. Now, that is typically when you have like your equilibrium, and you're able, and because they need so much momentum to kind of bring it down to that point of resistance, it's possible for it to overshoot some before it bounces back up. And the reason I say that this is possible is because Bitcoin is consolidating, but it's not consolidating at the rate at which the rest of the market is. Now, Bitcoin, I do believe, still has the potential to go as low as $20,000. Now, this could mean that there can be possible further breakdowns overall in the market. But again, you cannot chart retail's response. So the cheaper these coins go, especially something like a Dogecoin, the more people are going to buy, because they know what happened last year. Last year is still too fresh in people's memory to not understand or not take advantage of those prices, because they know what happened next. And typically, when you're able to really just kind of buy coins that are at a steal or dramatically oversold, and even if you're not long term, you know that the coin is oversold at this point, and that you're going to be able to turn a profit here when things turn around. So people will start piling into these coins, especially coins that have at the lower caps, at the lower rate of entry, because they can get a lot of them for their money, and they're going to take advantage of that at these prices here. So at some point, you're going to have a direct confrontation between shorts, these institutions, and retail. We don't know exactly where that battleground is. It could be what the chart says is 6 cent. And based off of that flash crash, I do believe we have a great chance of having that to be the battleground of the direct confrontation between that downward pressure and retail buying. And this is where things are going to get really interesting, and we're going to have to really stay tuned with what's happening in between the candlesticks. But Dogecoin is doing fantastic. Anything 8 cent and below, I believe, is just an incredible buy. I'm loving these prices. I think that this is going to be monumental over the next several years. I think that the biggest thing during this time frame is that people are going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I invest more? I think that's going to be one of the biggest sentiments when we're in like 2025, 2026. People are going to be looking back at 2022 like, oh my God, I should have done more. Dogecoin is doing absolutely great. Again, we are back in the top 10. Dogecoin is holding up well, and this is with all the BS that Dogecoin has to deal with. So I'm really excited for Dogecoin's future. The charts, the pools of liquidity, they change day by day. But as of right now, the possibility of that breakdown and it going lower is there. But obviously, we're going to have to keep an eye on this going forward. But I do not believe it'll be dramatically lower at this time. I can say, just based off of history and just having my ear to the ground with my channel, I know that the lower, especially at these prices, the lower Dogecoin goes, the more aggressive the community will be. With that, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more from me. Like the video, share this video with a friend. If you are ever thinking about supporting the channel, that is one way you can do so for absolutely free. That is, share the video with a friend and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Check out BlockFi as well. I have a link in the description. You can get up to $250 if you open an account with them. And yes, that is including in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And until next time.